1984 Fiat X1. This is the VS model. As you can see, it's two-tone. We've got like a reddy orange over black with a double gold pinstripe running down the side of the car. To come along with another one from a small collection of X19s here in the northeast. It was driven to us. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. If we start on this front driver's corner, actually we'll look down the side, you can see it is nice and straight going all the way down. Shiny enough that you can see Georgia walking down the hole there, dead easy like a mirror. Front driver's corner, it's all nice and clean in and around this bumper where quite often you get a bit of scabbiness. This lower half's nice, you've got a small scratch just down the bottom there. The arch itself, that's nice and tidy and nice and solid all the way around. Inside there looks nice and clean. Do have a little bubble in the paint just here. On the black section, correct wheels with 4 good tyres on them, but we'll point them out as we go. Rest of the wing, that's all nice and clean. Look along the sill there, looks to be all nice and tidy going along. Underneath, you see, looks nice and clean. We do have a couple of little bubbles just here where it meets the door. It's mainly dirt, we need to give this thing a good clean, but we'll do that. Plastics and everything are nice and clean, they're not dried out or cracked. Same with the chrome work, that's good. The rest of the door is good. Where it meets the windows, nice there. Around these sort of little trim pieces are all nice. Quite often you find sort of bubbles sitting along the bottom. Sticker pack's good as well. This rear arch, lovely and solid all the way around. Another good wheel and tyre, and again in there, nice and clean. Same with this rear quarter, there's not really anything to report. Round onto the back, bumper sits nice and straight, as you can see. These seams here are one of the things you check, because quite often they'll get scabby, but they're nice on this one. Metal work on the bumper and the rubber work's good. The rubber's not sort of dried out and bubbling or wavy or anything like that. Deck lid, got the correct X19, obviously 5-speed badge. All nice and clean, and then your Bertoni badge in the middle. Got a little bit of a scratch just here, which you can just about see. Other than that, all nice and clean and straight. The engine cover is really good, lovely and clean. No sign of any sort of ingrained dirt or anything in it. It's not got any dents or scratches or marks on it. Really good. And then the gaps round where the windows are. Again, that's all nice, as you can see. Has had a third high level brake light fitted. Roof, obviously lift out roof. So they normally tend to get marked and scratched up, but this one's good. Nice and clean, fits properly around the windows and across the top of the windscreen and everything. Look down this passenger side, you can see again, nice and straight. Rear quarter, that's all good. Arch is nice and solid all the way around. Another good wheel and tyre. I believe it's got good Goodyear GT2s all round, so 3 out of 4. Yeah, 4 matching Goodyear GT2s. This pillar on this side and around the trim and everything, that's all good. Lower half there, that's nice and clean. You've got a little bit of a mark just here. Passenger door, it's nice and straight. You've got a little, that's a bit of polish, there you go. A couple of little blebs just here. But the seam itself is good. There's a little bit of a chip in the corner of the bonnet. We're being quite picky there. This lower half, that's all nice and clean. And round onto the front. Passenger driver's arch, that's good as well. Another good wheel and tyre. Round onto the bonnet, and the bonnet itself. If we go low like that, you can see it's lovely and straight. There's no ripples or dents or anything in it. A couple of little lumps in the paint just here. Other than that, nice and clean. There's not really any stone chips to report. And again, the front bumper is the same as the back. The metal and the rubber are both nice. Nice and soft on the rubber. Nice and shiny on the metal. The lower half, that's all nice and clean. It's not cracked. Quite often you find some veins missing from that, but that's all good. Have a look at the interior. So, reddy orange and black outside. Red carpet set, black interior on the inside. Nice clean driver's door card. Door check and everything's good. And you've got these nice leather seats. They're soft, not shiny, no real signs of any major wear. You've got a little bit on the bolster here, but other than that, very good for what it is. Tilt that forward again. Back of the seat's good, but you'd expect that to be, given that it shouldn't have any traffic at all. And then you've got your spare wheel in here, full-size spare, lovely and clean. All nice and tidy in there. All these trim pieces are still here. You've got the hardtop now. The leather or the vinyl trim on the inside seems to be coming away at the edge here. That just wants glued back on. Carpet set, nice and deep red. No sign of any ingrained dirt or anything on it. showing 40,170 miles. If you check the description, we'll detail what we've got in the way of history and things like that for it. Nice clean steering wheel. Gear stick has a little bit of wear on the top there, but nothing major. Everything else nice and clean and tidy. We've got a Sony aftermarket head unit in there. I imagine the standard one was probably pretty poor, so it would make sense to upgrade it. Have a look in the passenger side. We'll pop both rear hatches and the front while we're in there. There we go. Passenger seat, nice and clean. No real signs of any wear at all on that one. Carpet set on this side's good. Dash on this side's nice. The trim plaque and everything's nice and clean. Quite often they fade and peel. Top of the dash is lovely. Not really anything to complain about at all. Have a look under the bonnet. Again, inner wings, around the strut tops, bulkhead, all that sort of stuff's lovely and clean. All the correct plaques there, nice and clean. Could do with a little hoover out. We've got some polystyrene bubbles in there, which are from some parts, I believe, so we'll get that hoovered out. But other than that, all good, nothing to really complain about. Underside of the bonnet, again, nice and clean. Right on the back, we've got this boot. We've got a couple more spare parts in here, air filter and things like that. And obviously you've got your mat with your sound deadening, but all nice and clean in there. No sign of any corrosion. Nice solid car this. And then we'll lift this deck lid. Spring and everything still retains it in place, which is nice. Normally you've got to hold them up. In and around the shock mounts and everything there, all good on both sides. Got a little bit of dirt just ingressed in there as well. Easy enough to clean out. Original sound deadening and everything's still there. Could do with a clean, but it's there. If you have a look underneath, you'll see there's no sign of any fluid dropping out the bottom. Looks to be a relatively standard engine. Doesn't look like there's been messed with or anything, any silly hoses or anything on it. Okay, start it up. Give it a little rev there. So, no nastiness coming out the back. Like I say, it was driven here. It has been in relatively regular use. But I believe he's sort of consolidating down into just one X19. I suppose you could only drive one at once, I guess. So there you have it. Fiat X19 VS. If you've got any more questions, give us a shout. If you check the description, we'll detail service history and all that sort of stuff that we know about it. But like I say, any questions, give us a shout. Before I knock that camera off, I will just show you, because the lights are nice and smooth on this one. It's always worth pointing that out. There you go, straight up. Knock them off and they go straight down, all nice and even, just as they should be. So there you go, Fiat X19. Any questions, get in touch. Thank you.